Welcome to my YouTube channel, Insights for Life, and welcome to this short video in which I'm going to speak very concisely about forgiveness. Forgiveness, as I like to define it, is a deliberate and conscious decision to offload the burdens of what had happened in the past in order to create a space for a new beautiful present to take roots. This emotional decision is very imperative for anyone who wanted to reclaim some sense of peace and liberate himself from the grasp of what had gone wrong in the past and supposed to be over by now, but he's still keeping it alive in his present moment. It's a sad reality of life that most of us grapple with some sort of regrets and grudges with respect to their past, thanks to the circumstances they went through growing up, or because of someone else who wronged them during childhood, such as a parent, a neighbor, a classmate, and so on and so forth. Or paradoxically enough, themselves. Yes, themselves, because most of us, and especially most of these people, literally incriminate themselves for the bad choices that they happen to make in the past, and they could be still struggling with the bad consequences and ramifications of these decisions. Many of these people, unfortunately, live miserably and die in vain, not because of these past incidents, but because of their own self-inflicted wounds of rancor and resentment. In connection with these past incidents, either because they didn't learn the magic of forgiveness, or because the whole idea does not appeal to them, as they may think that forgiveness is about the culprit and not about them. This is why I'm trying to refute this faulty perception in this video, because I strongly believe that forgiveness is indeed about the victim, and it represents the gift of life that the victim could give to himself through helping himself to achieve the three following major objectives. Objective number one is to heal the victim from any emotional ailments, such as depression or anxiety that he could be having as a result of what had happened to him in the past. Objective number two is to rid the victim of any feeling of guilt that he could be having as a result of blaming himself and his decision-making process in the past for what had happened to him. Number three is to purify the person or the victim from his negative energy that has been accumulating in him for a long time because of what he has been carrying in terms of bitterness, grudges, and resentments. This ultimately will liberate the person from all these negative emotions, which could be holding him back for a long time and is stifling his growth. For that reason, forgiveness is not necessarily needed to be verbally enunciated, since it's an internal business. It's a business that concerns the victim himself and mostly no one else. And the presence of the culprit is not deemed significant in this process as well. This is why it's not important to say it aloud. It's just enough for the person to make a wholehearted, sincere intention of forgiveness and release that positive energy out into the universe. And because of what goes out come back around, this positive energy will eventually loop back through the force of the boomerang effect and land on the forgiver to bless his life and change it for better, no matter what dreams he has. Forgiveness does work. It works because it severs the lifeline between the person and his gloomy past. It cuts him off from the dead body of the past, where there is nothing to do other than whining and bemoaning what had gone wrong. And therefore it brings the person back to the present moment, the only time that he has. This time is money. It brings him back to time where he can do something worthwhile with his life, where he can create, innovate, and work out his mission. Because each and every creation happens when we use time. If there is no time, there is nothing, literally. And this is what is provided by forgiveness. Forgiveness literally is a gift of life, as I mentioned earlier, because it brings the person back to the present moment. And this present moment is ripe of fulfillment and creativity and life. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in my next video.